guys, what's up? What is happening? We have a very exciting day ahead of us because we are giving you a behind the scenes look at Bailey cars, which is really exciting for me because I've been watching Peter Bailey and his team race cars since I was probably about this high. So who is Bailey Cars, you ask? Well, they are well known for replicating some of Porsches, Ferraris and Ford's most flagship cars, specifically aimed at the 24-hour Le Mans. So let's go have a look and see what these guys do. These guys are pretty much one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world, at replicating some of these cars. They handle restorations as well. So let's go have a look inside their workshop, and if we like, we might get to start one or two of their cars and give you guys a nice little show. Sweet. So what's up, Carl?
What's up?
What's happening, gang?
Some flipping sick cars here.
There's some sick cars. You guys ready to see the shit? Okay, we got our Porsches here. So there's a Porsche 2.8. Very rare piece of machinery, this. Oh, as you can see, it's a left-hand drive. Oh, it smells like an old car. It smells beautiful. Nice black leather. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but you're absolutely stunning. So this is obviously an original car with quite a bit of money as far as I understand. Alright, we come here to the back. Alright, so here's probably one of the first flagship cars we're going to look at. This is the Ford GT40. Now, this car has a lot of significance because Ford and Ferrari had a lot of beef back in the days. Henry Ford tried to buy Ferrari from Enzo Ferrari, and the deal was actually going ahead, and Enzo Ferrari nixed the deal at the last moment. So they actually got to the point where they were pretty much going to sign the papers. And when Enzo Ferrari said, look, he doesn't want to sell the company, that kind of pissed Henry Ford off a little bit. He said, you know what, I'm going to pull the car that's going to beat your Ferraris. And that kind of led to the revelation of the Ford GT40. As far as I know, the Ford GT40 then demolished or completely obliterated Ferrari for 4 years in a row at the 24-hour Le Mans. Just have a look at this thing. This thing is absolutely beautiful. So it's this was Ford's first mid-engined car, which has now led to today's supercars known as the Ford GT, which is obviously very well known. And we also have the new hypercar, which is also called the Ford GT, which has a value upwards of sort of $1 million plus. Is this a hypercar?
No, the new Ford GT.
The new one, is it?
I don't know, you tell me.
Is the new Ford GT a hypercar? I don't know. What do you guys think? Put in the comments. What is a hypercar? I'd say a hypercar maybe has hybrid technology. Supercar with a bit extra, you know?
Yeah, I think the V6 is letting it down, eh?
The V6 is letting it down. Okay, this is really cool. So this is Peter's attempt at a Le Mans car. So this qualifies for the LMP2 category. It also has a Ford motor. Absolute rocket. This thing is a machine. I'll check the distance now, but Peter told me that he did 270 kilometers an hour on an airstrip, which I think will be probably the 800 meter. Probably shorter. We'll check that. But it's a machine. Alright, that's enough for the Ford GT40 and the Le Mans car. There we have another Porsche for you. So you'll see, Bailey cars are experts at restoring cars. A lot of people with high-end sort of classics will come to Peter and Bailey cars and say, please restore our cars. They are probably one of the best in South Africa at doing what they do. For example, we have a Jaguar XK, which has a value of 2 million rand, which is sort of approximately $150,000, give or take a bit. So this car's going to have a full complete restoration. They're going to change the color back to original, which is sort of pearl white, pearl grey. A really beautiful car. I'm more into the sort of faster type classics. As you see that Porsche 917 there, that's more my kind of style, but this is really pretty. And when it's finished with the restoration, Peter's going to do a really good job with this. We'll try to get a video after it's complete, just to show you guys what happened with it. Okay, now this is something I'm really excited to tell you guys about. This is so this is a Porsche 917. So Porsche has a really good history. I think the 917 won the Mans in 1970, 1971, and this car was really fast back in the day. In fact, it's still very fast. It's so this car. Here's a fun fact for you. This car is 50 years old. Well, the original is 50 years old, and it does an auto 100 time in 2.3 seconds. Okay, yeah, mind blowing. It does a 0 to 200 time in 5.3 seconds. That's absolutely insane. I mean, to give you an example, the Bugatti Veyron does 0 to 200 in 7 seconds, give or take a bit. So yeah, 50-year-old car, absolutely mind-blowing. It's a beautiful piece of machinery. So this is a replica. The original car had a 6-cylinder Porsche engine. This has got the same motor that's in that Nismo Navara Dakar Rally car that we viewed a few weeks ago, and it's supercharged, as you can see. So this is pushing about 700 horsepower, and it weighs less than a ton. So this is probably faster than the original Porsche 917. We'll get a start up for you guys just now. I think it's going to be pretty epic. The paint finish is absolutely beautiful. There's the hood for the Porsche 917. Alright, so what do we have here? Porsche Turbo. As you can see, another left-hand drive. It's the original car as well. 930 Turbo.
That's the iconic Widowmaker.
The Widowmaker, okay. So this is known as the Widowmaker. The name speaks for itself. So they weren't necessarily the easiest cars to drive, but they were very powerful for their time. And yeah, they made widows, unfortunately, but they are very beautiful cars. This is a very nice example of one. Here's the man himself, Peter Bailey. How's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Just showing the fans what you guys do here at your shop.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there we go. One huge toy shop.
One huge toy shop with some beautiful toys.
Serious stuff, yeah.
Should we have a look while we have you at the Ferrari P4? If we can tell the guys a little bit about the car. There are only 4 of these cars ever made from Ferrari themselves. Peter's replicated them and made this your 6th one. Okay, so they come with the Ferrari motor. This is built for the track.
Yeah, so it was a race car, so you can't really make it a road car.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's a recreation of Ferrari P4.
Yes.
Obviously Ferrari's got the copyrights and we respect that, so yeah, it's just
It's a
very important, yeah.
Okay. Alright. It's an absolutely beautiful car. I think it was very well respected on the track as well. It's one of mine. It's quite a few times. This is actually the car that Ford bought the GT40 to compete with when they had a bit of beef between Henry Ford and Enzo Ferrari. Let's have a quick little walk around here. Can we have a look at the mechanics again?
Yeah, sure.
How does it work again?
Yeah, so you just,
Yeah.
that's your throttle, and all the cams and
Beautiful, eh?
moving simultaneously.
Just open up here.
Yeah.
Awesome. And this was engineered by yourself?
Yeah. So these are Weber carbs. We don't make these.
Yeah.
And they match to the Ferrari engine, a 4-litre Ferrari engine. All the plugs, gear plugs, coils. So make this all fit. So it's got to look very much like the original.
Stunning, man.
So the whole thing about it making a recreation is every little switch must be as per the original, and all the little details. See the fan switch on there, fuel pumps, the lights, push button start, and it's got a speckle paint finish. It must be, when you sit in a car, it must be as if you're sitting in the real car.
Yes.
You should know the difference. There was 8 or 9 of these bolts across the top. That's the way it must be. The correct gauges, the badge on there.
Oh, beautiful, yeah.
All Italian, Olio, Aqua, Benzina. So yeah, it doesn't.
This finish is really nice, eh?
Yeah, it's quite unique to Ferrari, that is like a speckle paint finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the motor up
engine,
ahead.
not a lot of a space between your shoulders and the engine, but
Yes.
that's the way it is.
They must give you a really nice sensation while you're driving with the motor up on your head.
Italians are small guys, so put a small auto in here.
That's funny. I want to get a shot of those badges. They look really cool. Did you make the badges or they? The dials.
Yeah. You screen printed them.
Okay. Is it safe to say that almost everything is engineered by you guys?
Yeah.
Everything's made.
Can't buy it.
Yeah.
Like we obviously the actual gauge is a VDO.
Yeah.
And we take it off, screen print it, put the correct lettering on, the scale on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely amazing. I mean, like Peter said, you can't go buy the stuff at the shop. It's really replicated from scratch. We have a very special car that we're going to show you now. It's a replica of one of 12. I don't want to tell you what it is yet. We'll see it shortly.
So a car like this a car like this, we use probably one of the best brands in the world, AP Racing. That's a manufacturer who manufactures discs. Oh, yeah, the disc and the caliper. And then all of this we manufacture ourselves. This. The shocks are from Bilstein. So something you can't actually make a shock absorber.
Yeah.
But all this is engineered and manufactured. It's not off another car. It's built. We make it to shoot. To get all your casters, cambers, toe angles, and all that's in the right. And likewise to the front. Come around this side. So here's a good cutaway picture of the suspension. We manufacture the suspension. We manufacture A-arms, we make ball joints, we make everything.
Awesome.
And that's the only way you're going to get a proper manufactured car.
Okay. I was reading up on your website last time. This was built off a plan that you found.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were very. We didn't see much detail of it, but I managed to find some chassis drawings, original chassis drawings, and it was modelled on the original.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is obviously Ferrari red.
Yeah.
If we could, when it's finished, if we could come see it when it's in testing, when it starts up.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a big moment. Yeah. The engine does run. It's running already.
Okay.
Yeah, it's running, tested. Its initial setup. It's got oil pressure. It's got all the correct stuff.
Yeah.
And the next phase is in the wheels today, specially manufactured. And the tyres are being imported from the UK, special Avon. It's competition tyres.
Yeah.
Makes my eyes water the price, but that's the way it is for something special. And that's going to happen in the next week. Put it down on its feet.
No, sure. Awesome. Yeah, if you get 1 or 106, whatever, you have to pay some money for it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it though. It's a lot of money, but it's it's not like you just, like we say, you can't just go buy it at some shop or anywhere just around the corner. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of engineering.
2-year lead time to build this. Yeah.
It takes at least 2 years to build the car, and the actual know-how and engineering that goes into the time and the making of a car like this is exponential. So it's a lot of money, but is expensive. Probably not. Obviously, it's a Ferrari P4. I mean, it's
a replica. You must mention the replica.
A replica. Sorry, it's a Ferrari P4 replica. Alright, guys. So we have a very special replica that we're going to show you now. So Peter, it's the Alfa Tipo 33 Stradale. There's only 12 of these that were ever made by Alfa themselves. So Peter's recreated the original, the Alfa Tipo 33 Stradale. Come and have a look here. We'll give you a close look at the car now. So this car, what you see here, was designed and made from what you see here. So I don't know if you guys can grasp that, but it's absolutely mind-blowing that it's actually made from pretty much nothing to this, from this. So this is a model of the Alfa itself, and
at the moment we haven't got much detail. So that is the detail of the dashboard on this model. So really a superb model. And so what these guys are doing now, they're shaping that with what we call grow foam. So they're pouring grow foam in there, and then they're shaping the dashboard exactly as per the original. You can see that little detail there. Okay, it's left-hand drive, right-hand drive, but that's one of those things. We're changing that. So these guys are sitting in here and put this foam in there, and they're shaping that dashboard.
let's have a closer look at that. So if you guys got that, just to see what Peter's talking about. So they're from the toy model, they're shaping the foam to recreate the dashboard, which is absolutely amazing. I can almost guarantee you it's going to look beautiful.
Doesn't look like much now. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And it goes to the whole car. I mean, this is all pan-rolled aluminium.
So when you say at the moment I'm working on the suspension, getting the wheels aspect ratio right, the top of the wheels, the original Alfa wheels, but my offsets are wrong, so I'm moving all that in, moving the suspension, and that's the look that's going to be created.
Okay.
And that's like pretty much the original. So here's a nice view. If you look at Alfa Stradale, was very unique.
Yeah.
Very unique. So we've manufactured this, rolled it in handmade aluminium. So the shape of the body is what we use in English wheel, which you roll the shape of the aluminium. So it's pretty unique. Not many guys left. I can't do it. One of my staff members can do it. Roll the shape of the not fiberglass. It's 1.6 millimeter aluminium, just like the original.
Okay. Beautiful. So this is a proper recreation, just like the original car.
Yeah.
It's got a Maserati V8, or a 4 litre.
Yeah, 4 litre V8.
So it's going to sound phenomenal. Maseratis sound absolutely beautiful.
manifolds are being manufactured.
Stunning, man.
It's exact as to the detail. 4 grills, 110 mm lights, as per the model.
That's for the model. For that model.
That's it. So there's the shape. That's what it's going to be. The correct lights, the correct detail on the sides.
Stunning, man.
Badges, that guy imported the badges today. So we haven't put them on yet, but we're going to line them all up and get the badges exact.
Okay.
They're pretty scarce, you know. You don't just go to your corner shop and say, listen, can I have badges for a 65 Alpha? They say, oh yeah, really?
What's that?
Yeah, to find it. So the owner's actually having great fun. He's finding all the originals. I give him homework to do. And he needs the correct headlights, tail lights, this, you know, correct badges.
Awesome, man. So I think this was probably one of the world's first actual supercars. The original car verse.
So Alfa had attempted it.
Yeah.
You know, there were very famous other cars around, but Alfa, the brand, they wanted to take on the sports car championship.
Okay.
They were very successful, but typical of a lot of those Italians at the time, they had budget restraints, and even the Ferrari at the time was big budget restraints, trying to, you know, small guys, really skillful tradesmen creating these cars.
Okay.
You know, the Americans typically had big budgets, but they couldn't nearly produce cars like this.
Okay.
But this is a nimble, you know, so at the forefront of sports car at the time was the Ferrari, Alfa and Porsche.
Okay.
Even though they picked of them shaping it, what was.
Man, how's it going?
Good and you?
Good, man.
Yeah, that's what we're doing actually. We copied this model. As you can see, I did started with this top section, and then we did the top section. Now we're doing the bottom section, and everything we're doing here, we just keep on measuring, you know.
Take a vernier.
Yeah, we use the vernier to measure this. Everything here, from here to there, you know. This distance from here to there, this lid, this binnacle, you see. Now I'm doing this bottom section.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all measured like to scale.
Yeah.
Stunning, man. So you've got some skills with your hands, eh?
Yes, I can say that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Beautiful, man. Great job.
Thank you.
This car as a recreation is probably worth quite a lot of money as well, besides the actual monetary value that you're putting in.
Yeah, definitely. Because and other people have come here, can't we make another one for them? I said no, the owner said no, it's for him. That's it. So it's a one-off.
To give you guys an idea, the original value of these cars are estimated between $15 and $20 million. So obviously recreation isn't as much as that, but it's again
10% to 20% of the value.
Oh really?
Well, it will be a good recreation.
Okay. There you go. That's a good way
Depends
to
how unique it is, but most rule of thumb,
Okay.
whether it's a Bugatti or this or that, and so they depends a lot, but this is. It's probably 20%.
Okay. So looking at $2 million rand, yeah, give or take a bit. I mean, $2 million, $2 million, give or take a bit. It's it should be enough to see you through for that. What do you think of it?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, eh?
It's amazing, eh?
Yeah.
I just want to reiterate that's, you know, something like this is made from this to that. From a toy model, it's a feat, you know. It's insane. And another GT40. Here's the fiberglass shop, and another Porsche 917 coming to life. So yeah, I think Belly Cars, these guys know what they're doing. The Porsche in the paint shop. Alright, so this is where the magic happens, or the magic starts for the GT40. This is the jig where the space room chassis is designed. So it's quite cool because each one of these pieces are cut and sized beforehand and then numbered accordingly. And we'll show you an example here now. These are all 3D laser cut. And you'll see here that each piece is numbered. So yeah, this is number 227. I think Peter said there's 340 pieces, which are all numbered accordingly, and they each have their own place. You know, these are bent afterwards, and that's how his master welder will then set this chassis up and build it in together. So this is one of the reasons why the GT40 handles so well. The Spaceman chassis gives a nice rigid sort of feel, that there's no twisting in the turns and the corners. This is an independent front suspension. And tell us a bit more about it.
The basis of any race car is a really good chassis. And whether it's a modern Formula One or an old 50-year-old car. The designers soon realized without a decent chassis, you're not going to go anywhere. You know? And yeah, so we've designed this chassis along the lines of the original. It's not quite as close as it was, but it's far stiffer, and most of our customers are gentleman drivers, and safety and handling is better than ultimate extra 10 k's weight saving. So it's a really, and they unfortunately, some of them have been in big crashes, but they've come out strong. Yeah, so that's it. So it's the suspension's the long, unequal length A-arm suspension in the front, trailing hinges at the back, just like the original. And yeah, so they work pretty well. And we use this chassis, the basis for the few of the other models. We do a recreation of the Lola, a recreation of the that Alfa's actually got a similar chassis in there, and you know, they work pretty well. So we can use it as a basis, but distinctly different to the 917 and a few of the other cars we make.
Okay. Yeah, we have an old Chev back here.
International, 56 International one.
56 International. What is that?
So International Harvester was quite a bit of a, not an obscure brand. They make combine harvesters and all sorts of things, but they also in the 50s and 60s made, it's an American brand.
Okay.
A lot of them were sold here and in Australia, funny enough.
Okay.
It's quite a unique, and the owner found this thing, says, okay, can we make it like original, but put all modern engine and suspension into it.
Okay.
So it's sort of a Sunday cruiser.
Nice. Okay, my bad. It's not a Chev.
Look at that, it runs a Chev motor.
It runs a Chev motor.
Or we put a Chev motor in.
Cool.
Real shiny stuff.
Shiny crates, Edelbrock.
Yeah, Chev, the Edelbrock heads and all the rest of it.
350 was a very well-known motor, to put it simply. It's got that sort of Chev-looking kind of.
Yeah, very similar. That sort of in the mid 50s, they all had shaped along the same lines.
Yeah.
So we would say modern suspension, modern radiator, and the original car just had a 6-cylinder engine. So now we've got a proper Chevy V8 in here. It's going to work. It'll stop. It's got proper brakes.
Okay.
And yeah, it's bring it alive.
It's got a proper engine. I like that.
Yeah.
Take the other rubbish out, eh?
Yeah.
This is made in nice as well.
Yeah, good thing, and all the little goodies, typical street rod sort of guys. You can read the temperature straight out there. You don't have a gauge inside, you just got to open the bonnet, you can see how hot the engine is. So there, you see that?
Awesome, man.
All the little tricks.
Very cool. Stunning, man. It'd be cool to make a hot rod version, like big tires. That's what that's going to be.
Huge big tires,
yeah.
21-inch rims.
Yeah.
And these are just dummy rims at the moment.
It's 21 inch.
Yeah, not now. There will be.
There will be.
Huge stuff.
Can put monsters in there.
Yeah. All custom interior. Have the typical decent sound system, all leather. And it's gonna
be cool.
Sort of in that hot rod territory. So this is a Nismo racing engine, standard around about 500 horsepower. And so the client says, no, it's not enough. So on top of here, he's bolted on a Whipple supercharger. So probably pushing 750 horsepower, but it's even quite difficult to gauge that on a two-wheel down, a two-wheel drive. So I was going to have his hands full.
Yeah. And this weighs less than a ton.
Yeah, around about 950 kilograms.
It's insane. Jeez, like.
So okay, what we're going to do? So it runs through and to put all the power down the road. It's an X-Track gearbox. X-Track are the gearbox manufacturers that manufacture gearboxes for the Formula 1 cars, and pedal shift. So this is quick.
It's proper, eh?
Yeah. So
high tech.
It's a basic mistake. It's not easy, but a lot of people can make sort of a big power.
Yeah.
But to make it functional, you need a proper gearbox, and otherwise you'll just rip it apart.
Is this managed by Motec?
Yeah, Motec management system, full digital display, and you'll see now when we start it, it won't even let it. You can't even rev it until the engine temperature is correct.
Okay.
Full thing, full readout, download facilities, latest Motec management system.
All right, we're going to start the Porsche 917, but before we do that, let's cut a quick montage, and then you're going to hear what this monster sounds like.
sounds like.
What it is in your life?
I think I do, eh? You'd rather have this or a Supra? Like a proper Supra?
A proper Supra, like a proper Suj?
Yeah.
This or a Supra? I think this. I think I'd go with this. What would you guys go with? This? Or Suj Supra? No, I think this adds up for me, eh? This is what, yeah, I think me too. I'd like, so something like this, then I could drive on the streets as well. You know, maybe just change the tires for the track. Some of these monsters, these 340s, and then have a street league as well, so you can just go obliterate whatever you want on the street. It's the perfect road trip car to get away from the wife because only one seat. You guys hear that? So if if you need some time alone, get a one-seater. That's some good advice, Carl. Yeah, so Peter just told me that this car shoots flames that are a meter long. We're just letting it warm up a little bit and then we're going to put that to the test. Okay, we ready? Here we go. Lock your ears. Ready? Cheers. Absolutely mental. Holy shit.
Goes out to 6,500 RPM.
Really? How much was that?
6.5.
Was that 6.5?
That's the rev limit.
Really? It sounds
I was expecting
One more. Yeah, be careful, it'll hurt your ears.
Yep.
Right at the
That was amazing. The smoke alarm range.
Yeah, smoke alarm off. My apartment will be here in about 10 minutes.
And there goes the fire alarm.
What?
Pleasure.
Thank you, that was really cool. Eh? You weren't joking about those flames, eh?
Yeah, yeah. And every gear change, you have to say, no. You burn the car behind you.
Got like a bit of adrenaline almost going. Imagine driving the car.
Yeah, you gotta be a proper driver.
Yeah. Jeez, it sounds so. These Nismo motors sound really good, eh?
So what it is, Porsche at the time would generate such high speeds at Le Mans. They were like 390 k's an hour, which is 240 miles an hour sort of idea. So they realized aerodynamics being a problem. So they came up with a adjustable tab system. So you can adjust the downforce on the rear of the car. So a little thing like this probably generates 100 kilos of downforce.
Okay.
So for sheer top end, you'd keep it flat, and then but to get the necessary down grip, and this is just like they used to make it.
Okay.
And that's there's one on each side of the car, and yeah, that's the way. And they just started in the early 70s realizing how important aerodynamics are in a race car. And now obviously Formula One is all about aerodynamics actually.
Yeah.
But yeah,
huge
so
factor,
that's just what Porsche were doing.
And this is obviously adjustable from the inside of the car.
No, no, not inside.
Okay. So
Actually, the rules don't allow inside.
Okay.
And even to this day, it's got to be going to the do this, tweak it, tighten it up, and
okay.
it goes, yeah.
Just adjust it as you go into your pit or whatever.
Yeah.
Really cool, man. It'd be cool if you could flap them through the corners.
Yeah.
You can get some
What's
extra
that
downforce.
Formula One? What's that thing that they open?
DRS?
DRS.
Yes,
So this is DRS became more for TV just to change the handling characteristics.
Yeah.
But it's the evolution of this.
Okay. Awesome.
DRS is just like this in the middle of the wing. It just opens. Chuk, chuk.
Yeah.
Same story.
Same thing. Eh?
Yeah.
I suppose that 300 k's plus makes a huge difference.
Big difference. Well, I always say if you put your hand out your normal car and you're going 100 k's an hour.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't even hold your hand out the window, the wind force is so.
Yeah.
So take this to 300 k's an hour, and if my hand's this big, 1, 2, 3, sort of 4 times 4 is 8 hands you try and hold 8 hands out the window.
Or a drag, eh?
At 100, you're not going to do it. So you go to 300, 350.
Yeah.
That's why it creates a huge amount of downforce.
It's a lot, eh? It's 100 kilos of pressure for per downforce.
Just for these little things.
And that's this like pretty much holds it up.
It's probably on the limit. Yeah.
That's amazing. So that's obviously why it pushes the car into the ground so
and
hastily.
the back of this car, if you see the profile, the whole back actually slopes up.
Okay.
So they say it's a total of 300 k's, but this just adds that a little bit extra.
Okay. Awesome, man. There you go. That's your lesson for the day. Okay, so here's another interesting Porsche 917. This is going to a client in India, I think. And the guy that's buying the car wants it to be the fastest car on the continent, on the subcontinent. So this is really, really trick. Again, proper crate motor, proper gearbox, all-round gearbox. So which motor is this again?
This is a Chrysler Hemi.
Oh, Chrysler
engine. Yeah.
Hemi.
Seriously modified.
Okay. How much power do you reckon this is pushing?
875
Jesus Louise.
on the dyno.
On the dyno.
So less 26%.
So the black one's pushing about 700 horsepower, and this is pushing 800 plus.
This is non-supercharged, non-turbo. It's fuel injected.
Wow.
So it's been done properly.
So it's going to be a monster, yeah?
That's why we've got these rails.
Okay.
So you take those little 3 bolts there, you can move it all the way up to there if you're a shorty, and you can move it all the way down to here if you're the tall.
Okay. So obviously your seat is fixed and then your steering
That's
wheel.
why all the main lines and everything are braided, so you don't have to disconnect any brake lines or anything. You can just move the whole pedal box where you need to.
Awesome. And can you move the steering if you need to?
No,
That's fixed. Okay, so just deal with whatever, how tall you are, short you are.
And just because of the arrangement, if you look at the top of the binnacle and where your head will sit, we actually had to cut the top of the steering wheel so that you can see out the window.
Oh, is it? Oh, cool. So this is the top of it?
Yeah, just so you can see out the window.
Awesome, eh?
And it's all in-house made as well.
So, oh, is it? I was about to say it's a Momo because it's got that kind of style.
And quick release for your legs. You can't get in and out this car with a steering wheel on it.
Okay. See what you're saying. So now you can see out the top of it nicely.
Yeah.
I suppose this car you wouldn't really turn a lot. It's just very left and right quickly.
You're allowed to keep 2 horses, and then you're allowed to keep dogs and cats.
It's a small cockpit, eh?
Can be the same.
Definitely a single seater.
Very close together. That's proper racing shoes.
Yeah.
Like these will stop on the brake.
No, you get those thin line racing shoes and whatever. No, you have to. We actually built one for a customer down in Vereeniging van der Bijl.
Yeah.
It's got an Audi R8 V10.
One of these?
Yeah, and it's street legal.
That's awesome, man.
It does about 480 kilowatts on the wheels.
Is it a single seater as well?
No, 2 seats.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That is so cool.
I can guarantee.
Try the video on that. I'd love to see that. Alright guys, we wrapped up for today. All the cars are under their covers, getting protected. I just want to say thanks to Peter Bailey, you're an absolute legend and a gentleman. Thanks for showing us around your shop. Guys, so I'll put a link to Peter's website in the description. Go check them out. If you're interested in buying one of his cars, check out the link. They've got representation in Florida, Australia, Europe, obviously South Africa. Alternatively, you guys can send me a message or find us on Instagram, send me a DM, and I'll put you in touch with Peter. But yeah, thanks for joining. We'll see you guys next week. Sweet.